Hello YouTube, Joey here, and welcome back to the second episode of Reptile Wonderland Ranch. In today's episode, we're just going to go ahead and meet all the reptiles we own. I'm just going to go ahead and bring them out one by one, and we'll just get all our introductions out of the way. We will start with the leopard geckos and work our way up to the snakes. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so this is Jack. Bring him up to the camera for y'all. He is our normal leopard gecko, het marbleii pos het trimper. So, get it normal. I will have a screenshot compilation at the end of the video, just showcasing all the animals in a better view. The lighting right now isn't really working in my favor. Here you go. That's Jack. On to the next one. Is Sally, our raptor female girl. You see the camera? She's got really pretty eyes that unfortunately, even with the best lighting, the camera doesn't seem to do justice for. Things right where you want them in the camera, but there we go. Here's Sally. Alright, on to the next one. And of course, next up is Bowser, my female tangerine patternless. Bowser is actually the oldest reptile in this entire collection. She is going to be 9 years old in 9 years old in August. Might be older before that, but I always treat August as her birthday just because that's when I got her, so that's always when I know for a fact that, you know, she is a year older than when I got her. So there you go. This is Bowser, queen of all the animals. But I know leopard geckos can only be so entertaining. So we'll move on to some snakes, and we will move on with a familiar face. Sorry, Bowser, you're about to go through a transformation. Okay. This is Rex, as you all know. Say hi to the camera, buddy. Once again. Now, proper introductions. This is my male snow corn snake. I'm not going to say too much about him since you had a whole video with him last time, but you know, proper introductions. He is the second oldest reptile in this collection. He'd be somewhere around 7 or 8 years old total. I'd have to really look back to when I got him, and he wasn't a baby when I got him. He was about maybe a year and a half old. So, but yeah, this is our awesome little addition, and my one of my personal favorites. Just mainly because of his personality and his attitude. Like, most corn snakes are super friendly, super chill, but this guy is just a one of a kind, like friendly. You never really have to worry about him biting. I can trust him around, you know, kids. I can trust him around people who are afraid of snakes. So he's just really good with helping people get over their fears. So he is definitely one of my favorites, but the whole show can't be about him. So we are going to have to go ahead and get our next snake out here. Give me a moment. And this is Professor. He is our Colombian red-tailed boa who's getting into my shirt. Come on, buddy. There we go. wanting to climb upwards. Until y'all can actually see him. But yeah, this guy was actually a rescue, so to speak, from the pet shop that I worked at. They, come on, buddy. There you are. He was dropped off relatively already at this size, and no one wanted him. People rarely want the little ones. No one knew what to do with this guy who's wanting to explore my head, as you can see. So we basically ended up taking him in, and it was supposed to just be for a little while. We weren't really ready to house a boa full time, but he just kind of became part of the family. So one last look at our buddy, Professor. Named as such because I do plan on using them for educationals. Tell you what, boas are not super big snakes, but they're definitely strong enough to kind of move you around. As far as boas go, Professor here is not a little guy. Yeah. And this is Sunday, my banana California king snake. And this is Sharpie, our inchy ball python. Hey buddy. We're moving on to the ball pythons now, which is the final stretch and what we have the most of in the collection. Otherwise, I don't really think we'd have much of anything to actually breed, So, most of what we own are ball pythons. We're starting off with, like I said, Sharpie. He is a inchy ball python. He is about, oh goodness, a year and a half old at this point. Along with his figurative brother, because they come from the same place, that we will be showing in a moment. Alright, ball python number 1. Ball python number 2 is Easter, our female pastel ball python. She actually, when we first got her, she was like gorgeous yellow, like bumblebee yellow. And although she's still kind of yellow, she's definitely started to brown out a lot earlier than we were hoping. Yeah, we didn't actually buy her though. She was actually given to us. She was actually supposedly a problem feeder. They couldn't eat her, get her to eat for an entire year is what they were saying. So she's would definitely be older than she looks, but I don't know for sure. When we got her, she went to eating just fine, takes frozen thawed just fine. One thing I noticed is she will not eat rats. She won't take live and she won't take rats, and she actually, hard to tell because she's in the shed right now, and Winter is being very rude to all of my shedding snakes because of the outside humidity. So I'll have to show you on a time where she's, nice and squeaky clean, doesn't have stuck skin on her. But she does have a scar on her back, which leads me to believe that she was probably bitten by a rat, and now she just won't have anything to do with them. So it's definitely hard to beef her up just on a mouse diet. I'd really prefer my pythons to be on a rat-based diet, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So she just has to get double feedings on mice, and since we got her, she has started to catch up to some of the other snakes, but she's definitely significantly smaller than any other snake her supposed age. And this hunka burning snake is Reno, our male pastel calico, and can I just say what a gorgeous pastel calico he is. Hopefully the picture will do him some better justice than the camera lighting I have to work with right now, but he is just beautiful. He started to brown out a little on the top, but his side pattern is still just gorgeous. A very pretty guy. Now this is the figurative brother to our first snake, Sharpie. So we both got them from the same place. Sorry, every time I take him out I just have to, I mean, he's just a 2-gene snake, but I don't think you could ask for a more perfect, at least in my eyes, a more perfect snake for, you know, those genes. But yeah, this is Reno, a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous male snake. One of my favorites, if not, you know, my current favorite ball python. This is Sven, the baby of the collection, the youngest one. He is just a Mojave. He was actually an impulse buy. One thing you're probably noticing is a lot of males, not a lot of females. We had every intention to get a female that year, didn't really find one. We're about to leave when the people that, you know, we saw him kind of lowered the price for. But otherwise, yeah, if you want to know, we've got 2 females. I'm about to grab the other female here shortly. The other 8 ball pythons we have are males, and if you want to know if 2 females to 8 males is a good ratio for breeding, no, it is not. It's a very bad ratio, and was not an intentional plan. So we love this guy, but gene-wise, he is a little redundant to the collection. You'll see in a moment. So if we get rid of anybody or trade or do anything, it would be with him. And personally, I would love it if we kept him. He's actually like super gorgeous. Like, he's going through shed too, so it's kind of hard to see. But the skin on his bottom here has kind of gone away, and he just has the most caramel. I'll have to get you a picture of this. I think the brown on him is almost a gold creamy caramel. His whites are very nice. Like, he's just a very pretty Mojave. But again, gene wise, just not really what we need. Next up is Dink, our lesser ball python. He has actually gotten some pretty good size on him since we got him. He's, I'd argue, the second largest ball python we currently have right now, and definitely the next one that's going to hit breeding size. Otherwise, you know, he's just a really cool addition to the collection. There's a funny story behind him that maybe we'll get into another day, but you know, you could say my marriage is kind of because of this guy. So thanks for that one, Dink. You kind of earned yourself some permanent points for that. He's starting to go into shed too. The skin around his lip is finally starting to peel off, so that's probably going to be the first thing to go, and then the rest of the skin's hopefully going to follow behind him. Otherwise, he's another snake I'm going to have to go and soak. So I will be happy when winter is over and everything goes back to normal for these guys. But yeah, there you go. There's Dink. We've got 2 more snakes to go. You ready for this? Let's do this. So here is Kyrie, our female Mojave. 100% het ghost, or hypo. You know, pick your poison. She's the other female in the group, and honestly, here's why Sven isn't really that necessary. We have a Mojave right here. Now, if we were to breed her to Sven when they are old enough, we could get blue-eyed Lucies, which is cool. But you can also produce blue-eyed Lucies from breeding a Mojave to a lesser, which is Dink. And on top of that, her main boyfriend, if you will, is the last snake I have to show you, and he's going to be up next, which makes the other 2 kind of redundant in the sense that if you had to choose which one of those she was going to breed with, he's kind of the obvious choice, especially if we are right about one of his genetics. So We'll get to that in a moment. But any video game fans out there, I just want y'all to appreciate this. She is named Kyrie after a certain video game franchise, and I will let you guess which one. Oh, come on. There you are. Based on this. Her little heart. So yeah, one of her best traits is her little heart on her. She's our snake of love. A gorgeous girl. Gotten a lot of size on her. When we first got her, she was Sven size. I think a little less than Sven size. And now she's about as big as the other boys. So hopefully she should be ready, not this year, but next year. If she keeps growing the way she's growing, she should hit 1,500 grams either late this year or sometime early next year. But I'm not really trying to rush her. You know, I want her to get big and ready when she's big and ready. Go ahead and do the drum roll if you want. We'll be right back with the other one. And this is Charlie, our male ghost ball python. He will be the one paired to Kyrie. He will definitely be ready to breed by the time she is. But there's another thing about him, and I want you all to try to get a good look at his pattern here, where we're honestly not sure. The person who did buy him, we didn't actually buy him, we bought him from the person who bought him. Complicated. A coworker of mine bought him from a reptile show, Repticon, and she bought him as a ghost, just a ghost. Well, I mean, I've seen plenty of ghosts before, and it's this coloration that kind of throws me off. Now, if I had to guess, I would say that he is got butter in him and would actually be a butter ghost. I'd like to know what y'all think. So if y'all can see him pretty well, he is. You think he's just a regular ghost? You think there's something else going on? It's the coloration that throws me off because he's got a lot of browns and yellows, almost grays in there. Whereas, most ghosts, typically it fades them up a bit, makes them look like they're kind of going through shed, but it doesn't really alter the color all that much. I've seen a lot of ghosts that more or less just looked like normal ball pythons in shed. So we'll know for sure when we breed them to Kyrie if we get blue-eyed Lucies, because once again, Butter and Mojave make a blue-eyed leucistic. With the added bonus of, since he's ghost and she's 100% head ghost, get some blue-eyed ghosts. You wouldn't really see the ghost in them, but hey, a free trait, But alright, that is everybody. Thank you all for watching. I wanted to do this mainly because if I kind of went and showed you all of them in the cages and just kind of like zoom through it all, I feel like you wouldn't really get to know the animals, and while the collection is still this small, I want y'all to know, the animals we have. Down the road, if you have like 100 to 10,000 snakes, it's kind of impossible just to go through and name them all and be like, hey, but we don't. We have 10 snakes, 3 lizards, a couple of cats, but they didn't make it in the video. Yeah, there you have it. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you all in the next time. he's just being Sunday. Now, Sunday, be a good girl. Oh, nope, there she goes. Sunday, what am I gonna do with you? Don't go back for the camera. Gorgeous, gorgeous pig.